Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Chris Don One, and I am back with another video. Rate, comment, subscribe. If you're new to my channel, hit the notification bell. If you're old to my channel and you haven't done it, YouTube, hit the notification bell so it'll let you know when my next live stream or video goes down. Just a reminder, go check out my recent video on Dez Bryant being released by the Dallas Cowboys. I uploaded that yesterday, and I'm going to have a video uploaded sometime this weekend, as well as I'm probably going to do some Fortnite when I get home. I decided to do this live stream because of social media and the talking heads of Fox Sports 1, ESPN, Bleacher Report, even J.R. Smithy, he even commented about LeBron James surpassing Michael Jordan 2 years ago. He already achieved that in J.R. Smith's eyes. And I keep hearing people talk about this. Who's better, LeBron James or Michael Jordan? Now, the LeBron James supporters look at the evidence that they present to the audience is LeBron James' individual achievements. You know, when you're talking about getting, averaging a triple-double in a month, when you're talking about surpassing Michael Jordan in points, and he's definitely going to get 10. He already got 10,000 assists, 10,000 rebounds, individual solutions to their evidence. And when you when you go on the other side of the perspective of Michael Jordan, people point to Michael Jordan's 6 rings. When you just only compare those two. Now, Shannon Sharp would say, well, if rings are important, then why come people don't say Bill Russell is better than Michael Jordan? Because he has 11 and Michael Jordan has 6. Or when Michael Jordan had, Michael Jordan had 3, Magic Johnson had 5, and people was already crowning Michael Jordan. You know, when you deal with people, when you deal with fanboys, and it really doesn't matter what they, who are and what are they fans of. A piece of plastic. You know, you got Xbox fanboys out there that are fanboys to a console. When you talk about fanboys, of LeBron James and Michael Jordan, you point out, well, Michael Jordan is a fan. Shit. Oh no, he got that guy. Okay. Got that guy. Okay. When people say that they're fanboys of a particular actor, actress, or athlete, they always point out the individual things and present that to the argument. Now, to me, Michael Jordan is a better accomplished basketball player than LeBron James. LeBron James is, when you talk about LeBron James' athletic skills, I think he's more athletic than Michael Jordan. I think, when you talk about just the raw athletic portion of LeBron James, we haven't seen a player like this. And the only player that you can name that was dominating the sport athletic-wise in the NBA for a short period of time was Shaquille O'Neal back with the Orlando Magic and with the LA Lakers, particularly with the LA Lakers when they were on their championship run. Shaquille O'Neal dominated the court with his athleticism, right? And LeBron James has done it to a longer extent. So I will I will give the nod. If you're talking about who's more athletic, LeBron James or Michael Jordan, then it's LeBron James. But if you're talking about a complete basketball player that, you know, wasn't weak in all areas. Now, the one thing Michael Jordan was sort of weak in, well, that he wasn't consistent in, was his 3 points. His, but his free throws, he loved hitting the clutch shot. He takes he will take the defender to the low post. I think that's the one knock on Michael Jordan, was Michael Jordan's 3-point game. It wasn't really consistent on a consistent basis. And LeBron James has that problem. And LeBron James is more, which he says he's a facilitator. He likes to pass off the winning shot to someone rather than make it himself. I think LeBron James, in those moments, in those close, tight moments, he doesn't have the resume, and on occasion he will display it. But when you're talking about clutch moments, when you need him the most, he struggles in that aspect, okay? Particularly late in the playoffs, particularly NBA Finals, okay? So there are weaknesses to both of these players. But I don't give the nod to LeBron because of his athleticism and his personal individual accomplishments, okay? I don't give the nod to him saying that he's better than Michael Jordan, and I don't give the nod to Michael Jordan over the 6 titles, the six rings. Okay. At the end of the day, people don't look at the bigger perspective and the bigger picture, and it's I think you determine a champion on how often they lost, and particularly in the finals. And I think that's going to be a stain on LeBron James. The 2 biggest stains of LeBron James was, to me, he lost to the Dallas Mavericks when he was a member of the Miami Heat. He lost to the San Antonio Spurs. He lost twice to the San Antonio Spurs. People seem to forget, even though he was a rookie, he was new to the game, and he took that team on his back to the NBA Finals, but they still lost to the San Antonio Spurs. People seem to forget those 2 losses. And they lost to the Golden State Warriors. And in some of these losses, LeBron James, if you want to talk about his individual stats, in some of these losses, it wasn't even very competitive. LeBron James wasn't very competitive, not at all. Okay? And I think those time lapse, those issues, people are going to look at that, and that's why people are going to say Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James. I know a lot of people out there think it's unfair, but it's the honest to God truth. When you're the GOAT, when you are the one, you want to have pretty much a flawless record. Therefore, people can't attack you for it and say, well, you're good, but no, you was great in your era, but these things happened in your time span, A, B, C, D, that kind of put you on the back burner as being the very best of the best. Now, Michael Jordan had some flaws, certain flaws in his history, when I felt like people will look at the retirement very questionable, and people may look at that as ammunition. When he did come back, he lost to the Orlando Magic on his first, well, he only retired. He won 3 rings, he retired, and when he came back, he lost to the Orlando Magic. People are going to look at that very questionable, even though that was the Eastern Conference Finals. All right, and you know, and that's pretty much it. Now, a lot of people say, well, LeBron James, the reason why he got a lot of L's in a lot of final appearances is because of the players he played against. Okay, and you can't hold. And I see a lot of people do this with Floyd Mayweather. People say, well, Floyd Mayweather isn't the GOAT of boxing because he really hasn't boxed anyone to his caliber. But you can only hold that athlete to who he had to play, who he had to go up against. Okay, you can't hold that in saying that, well, you know, he would have. If he would have played X, Y, and Z player, we would never know if he was the greatest of all time. All right. Jordan played against the New York Knicks, the Pacers. He didn't get an opportunity to play the Houston Rockets when they won their championship because he was retired. He also played up against the Utah Jazz. I forgot the Seattle Supersonics. I hate doing that. Yeah, I hate doing a live stream when you have the people in your that you was going to call out, and when you start calling people out, you forget. There's one more team that Michael Jordan played against that I'm not listing, but you get the picture. Jordan played with. I mean, even though if you look at his record, he didn't play to anyone that was similar to him. But still, you got to give him. You have to give him the benefit of the doubt. He played up to the people he had to play up against. Now with LeBron James, he played the Mavericks and lost, and that team was more of a team than one or two superstars. He also played and lost to the Spurs when they had Tim Duncan. He also lost to the Houston. I mean, not Houston. The Golden State Warriors. I almost forgot about them. And he also played against. In which this wasn't really a finals team, but the Boston Celtics. And to me, LeBron kind of finaged his way into the Ray Allen drama when Ray Allen was beefing with Doc Rivers and the Boston organization. They wasn't going to pay Ray Allen what he truly wanted. And that's when he switched teams and went to the Heat and did that last second shot to make so the Heat could have won their title. If they would have kept, somehow would have, if cooler heads would have come, and if they could have kept Ray Allen with the Celtics, then it would have been a question mark on the second title he won in Miami. Okay, LeBron lost more than he won when you look at it, and it's just the truth of the beast. Okay, so when you look at this discussion, really, there's really nothing. There's no discussion to talk about. I feel like if LeBron, in all likelihood, LeBron is probably going to lose another finals to the Golden State Warriors. But this is the perfect opportunity for LeBron James to win one, because like I said in other live streams and videos, the only way the Cleveland Cavaliers were going to beat the Golden State Warriors was if the Golden State Warriors are injured or somebody had to be suspended for a long period of time, whatever. And right now, this is a good opportunity and a good time for some Western Conference team to knock out the Golden State Warriors while they're trying to get their players back and get their players back healthy. And also, Steph Curry hasn't played. And it's going to take a while for Steph Curry to get back into the groove of things. So there's an opportunity where if the Cleveland Cavaliers meet up with the Golden State Warriors, they have an opportunity to steal 1 or 2 games from them on their own home court. Okay? People feel like the Utah Jazz could knock out the Golden State Warriors. And if that happens, you're going to have a lot of people excited because of that accomplishment if the Utah Jazz do this. A lot of people are going to blow a sigh of relief. And LeBron James is going to be in that group of people that says, whoo, I don't have to worry about the Golden State Warriors, you know, because I feel like the Cleveland Cavaliers should be able to beat the Houston Rockets, okay? Because the Houston Rockets really don't have anyone to defend or keep up with LeBron James, all right? The only way the Cleveland Cavaliers could lose to the Houston Rockets in the finals if LeBron James doesn't bring his A game, okay? He's clearly going to have to do that on a consistent basis, okay? But other than the Rockets, I don't see the San Antonio Spurs holding a threat. Now, if they would have had Kawhi Leonard, things would be, I would think differently. But with no Kawhi Leonard is not going to play in this postseason. Okay, it's a wrap for him. Kawhi Leonard is trying to get his way out of the San Antonio Spurs, and you know, I'll talk about that a little bit later. When right now I'm making a quick stop here to get some donuts because everybody wants donuts. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about this ongoing discussion on who's the best, because clearly as of right now is Michael Jordan.
How many dozen can I get for you?
Yes, ma'am. Can I get a dozen donuts?
Sure, you can get a dozen of donuts. Want to tell me what time?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that again?
I'm sorry. You said a dozen of donuts?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's gonna be $11.50.
All right. Thank you. So, hold on a second. Let's get these donuts out of the way. Get these donuts. A glaze. Yeah. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second, y'all. Man, this stream going on forever and ever and ever. That is.
You need napkins?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too, ma'am. So yeah, I mean, it's not even a real discussion. I don't understand why people always bring this topic up every year, and the two people that they bring up the most is LeBron James and Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Like I said earlier in the stream, I think LeBron James is a great athlete, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. And how LeBron James in year 15 can still depend on his athleticism is astonishing, okay? A lot of people, when they get like to their like 10th or 11th year, the athleticism kind of diminish a little bit. Thanks for the thumbs up. The athleticism kind of diminish when they get older, And LeBron James has been utilizing his athleticism for like 15 years. And I think he should be applauded for that. But when you're talking about if you one-on-one, and if you're talking about basketball, Michael Jordan is better, you know, when you talk about as a basketball person, as a basketball player, than LeBron James. That's not trying to throw shade at LeBron James. It is what it is. And like I said earlier in the stream, people are trying to, the fanboys have this fanboyism of both players saying, well, LeBron James is better because of his individual stats. And he's getting these stats, and he's improving on his stats because of his athleticism, how he can preserve it. Nothing wrong with that. And other people will say, the fanboys of Michael Jordan would say, well, Michael Jordan is better because he has 6 titles. And LeBron James is not even close to that if you're only comparing those 2 players. And what people fail to realize is, like I said earlier in the stream, when it's all said and done and LeBron playing back, people are going to weigh in and go into his history, and they're going to go back to the finals where he lost. And those losses are really going to resonate on a lot of people when you try to compare those 2. Now, clearly LeBron James is going to the Hall of Fame. Okay, clearly he is. I think, this is my personal feeling, if LeBron James would have done this under one roof, like Cleveland, if he would have still had this same type of history in Cleveland, I think people would have gave him an out, saying, well, look, the man played all his years in Cleveland. He won 3 titles. He lost 5. Okay. At the end of the day, he had to play in the Cleveland market. The Cleveland area is not attracted to, a lot of NBA superstars didn't want to go to Cleveland. He had to get a lot of these Cleveland All-Stars, like sort of on the downside of their career. And if he would have done this all in Cleveland, I think even with those losses, people would probably give the nod to LeBron James. Like, you know, LeBron James did not didn't have a Hall of Fame coach. All right, he didn't have a Hall of Fame owner. He really didn't, as far as a relationship goes with this owner, it's not a friendly relationship. It's more of a business relationship. He had all these obstacles in front of him. So LeBron James, from that perspective, if he would have done all this under Cleveland, people would probably give LeBron James an out. Okay, but at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is, right? I know a lot of people are going to watch the re-air of this. I didn't have a lot of people on the live stream, but I probably get my most viewers when it's already been processed and it's in the catalog and people go to it. And I'll get viewers from there, and I'm pretty sure people are going to comment in the comment section on the things I have listed. Okay, and they're probably not going to watch this whole stream, and this stream is probably going to be over 30 minutes long. So I can't imagine anyone watching this stream, watching the whole 30-minute proceeding. If there's someone out there, I really do appreciate it if you do. But yeah, there's really nothing else to talk about with this discussion. As far as my predictions, I feel confident that the teams in the West, 2 of them I feel highly confident in, is the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. Now, people are going to say, well, damn, Chris, I mean, you're really putting yourself out there on a limb on that pick. But it is what it is. I'm not too confident of or thrilled with the Jazz, okay, or the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, you know, from what I've seen throughout the whole season, if they lose a series, I mean, it is what it is. Now, the two teams in the East, I feel very confident in is the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Toronto Raptors. The reason why I feel very confident in these teams, in these ball clubs, they have changed their identity and they have changed how they approach things on the basketball court. I think the more and more, you know, the Toronto Raptors get experience in playoffs and as well as competing against LeBron James, that's only going to make them better. Okay, so we're playing against LeBron James, and I think this is probably their year to dethrone LeBron James, because now they don't have to worry about all these other assets that they have to worry about. LeBron James is playing alongside some people, man, like Rodney Hood, that have the same type of element as J.R. Smith. They streaky. They're hot one minute. They're not hot the next minute. The Larry Nance Jr., things of that nature. The players that LeBron James have, even though they're younger, they don't have the resume like a Dwayne Wade, okay, where you can constantly depend on them, or Derrick Rose, or Isaiah Thomas, okay? But I feel like this is the year where an Eastern Conference team could possibly dethrone the Cleveland Cavaliers. Even though last year I was totally against the Philadelphia 76ers, and I felt like they were not going to be in the playoffs, and if they are going to be in the playoffs, it's because how weak the East is, and the East is extremely weak. But I have to tip my hat, so to say, to the accomplishments of the Philadelphia 76ers, okay? But at the end of the day, even though they had a successful year this year, and trust the process came into fruition, I don't see the Philadelphia 76ers as this juggernaut. I think they're going to be the team in the young upcoming team that's going to probably take over the league in a couple of years, but they're going to have competition as well as with the Boston Celtics. A lot of moves the Boston Celtics have made the past couple of years are future moves, okay? They got Kyrie Irving. They got the point guard that they always wanted, even though Kyrie Irving is injured right now. But we all said that this year was going to be a wash for the Boston Celtics. They'll be in the playoffs. They'll probably advance in the playoffs, but they're going to probably be eliminated before they even get to the conference finals, the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay, and you know that's just facts right there. But the 76ers, I like what they're doing. The future looks very bright for the Philadelphia 76ers. The future looks extremely bright for the Boston Celtics, and these are going to be your teams that a lot of people are going to be cheering for when it's all said and done. As far as LeBron James' future goes, I'm here to tell you guys, he's not going to the West. He's not going to go through that log jam of the West, and the competition is even stronger in the West, and it's probably going to show. And if he plays the West, if he play a lot of those teams in the West, and he joins a team in the West, a lot of those individual stats that he talks about on a consistent basis is probably going to be taken down a notch or two if he has to consistently play against the Golden States of the world, the San Antonio Spurs of the world. That's why I have been saying from the get-go, he's still staying in the East, and he's going to definitely stay with the Cleveland Cavaliers, because the Cleveland Cavaliers will give him all the control and power he wants. Okay, the Cleveland Cavaliers will placate to him. Now, there has been talk where him and Pat Riley sort of buried the hatchet. But even if he goes there, and even if Pat Riley and the Miami Heat organization gives him some authority, they're not going to allow him to run and dictate who they're going to pick or which coach he wants to play for. Okay, you know, and that was the real reason why LeBron James left the Miami Heat, because he didn't get the opportunity to pick to sort of pick the players, to pick the players he wanted to play for. And if he had a problem with the coach, he didn't have the power, or he couldn't finesse it in a way to where he can get Eric Spoelstra fired from the Miami Heat. So wherever LeBron James go, he's going to go to a place where he's going to go to a place where the owner don't mind paying the luxury tax and going to give him what he wants. Okay, and you know, it is what it is. Stream, I should end it right here and make up another stream about the New York Knicks, but I mean, I can talk about that some other time. But I mean, it is what it is. That's what's pretty much going on. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you're an old subscriber or if you're a new subscriber. Gotta show a brother some love. All right. And yeah, I'm probably gonna be doing Fortnite today. Might play an hour or two of it. Haven't played Fortnite in over it's been almost a week since I touched Fortnite. I've been checking out this show on Netflix called The Colony, and I'm probably going to do a review on it sometime. I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream. Probably going to do a live stream with no spoilers, because I think this is a different aspect and a different concept on how they're approaching alien invasion, right? So yeah, we'll talk about that probably sometime next week. I don't know when. As always, it's your boy. I'm Chris the Dom 1, and I am out of here. Deuces. All right.